Hey, it's Nina.
And Ashley back with the bullshit.
And this is the Young and Gettin It Podcast. Just so you know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Gettin It Podcast. There's no G at the end of getting because we are millennials. We got to slang it out. Please subscribe, rate, and review. We're also on SoundCloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Follow us on there, comment, and thank you for everyone listening. You know, watching the listens go up. Oh my God. Also, YouTube.com. Right here where you are. For everyone listening, I'm talking to the camera. Everyone watching, I'm talking to you. YouTube.com. Search Young and Gettin It Podcast with no G at the end of getting. Subscribe and comment.
And you could also find us on Instagram at YAGI_podcast. Or you could go to our wonderful website, which I'm about to redo soon because
we're gonna revamp it just because you
gotta learn some skills,
gotta refresh it.
I'm gonna redo it. So our website is www.YAGIP.com, and then you could also hit us up on our Google Voice or our email. Our email is Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com. And our Google Voice number, I forgot what it was called for a split second. It was 323-486-3811.
That happens to me all the time. Back to the bullshit. Okay, so this article I saw from CNN, it was released on April 16th. It said prosecutors are sending target letters to others linked to college admission scam. An official told CNN. So federal prosecutors have been sending so-called target letters to people associated with the college admission scandal, a law enforcement official with knowledge of the investigation confirmed to CNN. People who have received them include students, graduates, and other adults, and they are not at all related to the same. They are not all related to the same charge. The official wouldn't confirm whether the students or graduates are related to the parents already charged in the case, or if they are new potential defendants. Actress Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman are among the high-profile figures caught up in the scandal, which I think kind of sucks because if you're famous, you're just on the,
Yeah, you're on the front running of this because it's like they're not the only ones who did this.
It's non-famous people.
Yeah.
And, like, those two are the most famous. And, like, Massimo, which is Lori Loughlin's husband, it's like they mention his name, but he's still not as forefront as the two women because it's like, he ain't as famous. We just used to buy his shit at Target when we were young. Like, you remember Massimo brand?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Wasn't it a toy brand?
No, it was clothing.
It was clothing.
I think
I feel like I saw that on toys. Yeah, I'm not sure.
But he was for sure like a major Target, and he might have been in Walmart. But he was a major clothing brand where it's like I never bought it because I was broke back then, and plus it was like we had other shit that was cheap, like the swap meet and shit back then when we were younger.
We definitely would hit up the swap meet for like back to school shopping.
But it's like that nigga who's a right, bitch? What the fuck?
My mom would always take us there or to JCPenney because my grandma had a discount.
Man,
anywhere you get a discount, that's where you're going.
The swap meet was the shit. They had the deals, like, and then it was like I would always have to hit Old Navy to get pants that fit my height because I was always a tall ass bitch.
They were the only ones.
These letters are standard in white collar cases. They are used when prosecutors may not have all the evidence they need, or they are not ready to arrest those who have received them, which kind of like scares me only because I'm like, I need these niggas to get in trouble for what the fuck they did.
Yeah.
Because you heard the story of all like the black moms who gave the school a different address and they went to jail for a whole bunch of time. These people are facing like 4 fucking months while the moms are like low-key still in fucking jail, or even if they're out, they had a long sentence. Yeah. So
which is like, that goes back to show like white people get different treatment for the crimes that they commit, even if they are the same as black people. Like black people didn't even bribe anybody per se. They just put a different address. Do you know how many fucking people have done that I know because they wanted to go to a different school?
That's basic shit. Like when I heard of that, I was like, that's illegal.
Like that illegal? Like is that illegal? Oh.
It's for public school. It'd be different if it was private, but it wasn't for private. It was for public, so you're in the district or the border. Because I know, remember in the middle of middle school, they like changed the borders, and that's when we met all those people. I'm like, nigga, you can put whatever the fuck address. The only thing is I never looked into it, so I'm wondering, like, was it someone they knew's address, or was it like if it's a stranger's address,
that's kind of weird.
That's not right. But their sentence should be more relative. I mean, honestly, these people put millions into this. Their sentence should be like 10 fucking years. That's the thing that bothers me is the amount of money, like, and they are getting hit on a whole bunch of charges, but Lori Loughlin, because she's a white woman who thinks she's privileged, They gave her a plea deal and she didn't take it.
She
was like, they're bluffing.
Bitch, what? They are not playing with you.
She thought they were bluffing, and it's like, that's something a white woman with privilege would think. Like, they're bluffing, and now they saying because she didn't take the plea deal, they're bringing out all the, so there's more charges. I'm like, you
bitch,
are dumb broad.
If you see black people taking plea deals, or even like ethnic people in general taking plea deals, you might want to consider it.
That's why they're not taking it, because they're like,
well, I'm not.
That's what black people do because they probably did it, and you're like, it's like, bitch, you actually did it though.
I have good lawyers.
I have good lawyers. You know, they backed up a lot of good people. So I'm like, ew, I just hate this racist shit. But I genuinely just feel that like once we're older, we won't be dealing with a lot of stuff. I have faith, but I just have a strong feeling that like it sucks that I'm not even gonna say that, because as young people, we're doing pretty all right. Yeah, we deal with those stares. Like, remember we went on the yacht and I was like, look at them two old ladies looking at us like disgusted. Yeah. It's like, yeah, we deal with shit like that. And it was all like, and you said something like,
I said she mad because her face is fucked up. She had very bad plastic surgery.
No, her face was disgusting.
It was horrible.
Yeah, and I was like, we deal with little shit like that where it's like, okay, whatever, like that's fine. Like, one thing that we do benefit from is the quota. So it's easier to get into school if you don't have bad grades. Sorry for y'all that are still fucking up in school. If you have good grades and you go to a white university, you most likely will get the fuck in. Like, as long as it's not racist. California, if you're in fucking the South and it's white, you might not get in. But like out here, quota, job hiring, quota. They got all Asians and whites. They need a black. I mean, it sounds fucked up. But hey, they need it. That's what they call us.
I hate when like people say that, or they're like, yeah, the blacks. I'm like, please don't.
The black sounds so.
Please don't.
Anything other than black people sounds racist, and I almost still don't like it when non-black people say black people.
Me either.
Like,
I'm so touchy about that. Mm-hmm. So fucking touchy.
I'm like,
and it's just like they could even be saying like the politically correct term, like African American, and I'm still like, judging you.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean by that? That's how I feel every time. Black, African American, because
it just seems so awkward.
Person of color. I'm like, person of color. What you mean by that?
Yeah.
Like every single time, I swear to God. Yeah, I swear to God, even though it's a quick thought that crosses my mind, every single time someone says that crosses my mind.
Yeah.
What do they mean by that? Like every time.
Just so skeptical.
Swear to God. But that was basically that about the article. I hope they get years.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so I went to Coachella. Okay, bitch.
Oh yeah,
I'm fucking old. But I saw Van Jess. They performed
what?
with Kate Trinata, and when they came out, I was like, and I was like telling people, I was like, oh,
when I saw them online, I swear to God, I know I messaged you right after, but I literally looked at my phone and said, what? Yeah. Like out loud. I was like, girl. Like, happy belated to Jess too, because her birthday just passed Taurus season. And I was like, wow, you guys. Man, the first thing I thought was like, remember how long ago they started those YouTube videos? Remember how
it was
long
in high school? That was so maybe
it was no, it wasn't. I think it was high school, or it was either
maybe
at the end of high school.
Knowing them in high school.
Yeah, no, like I've known them, but I think that they started their YouTube in high school or right after graduation, because Vanessa graduated like 2 years before, I think, because she graduated with my brother, so she graduated a year before, and so it's like I remember them just being so old, and then I remember in undergrad, which is 2010 to 2015, I remember in undergrad, their YouTube, Drake had like top picks on YouTube, and he picked their videos as one of them. And I was like, that was a long time ago. So to see them go from just making videos, they sounded bomb. And they were even in the bathroom with the echo sometimes before they moved out of the echo. They went from bomb alone to being chosen by Drake like 6 years ago, 7 years ago. They were performing on the Coachella stage in 2019.
Right. With like a big ass DJ. They have a song with him.
Kate Trinata is
not
huge.
Even just like they performed their song that they have with him.
Kaytranada is fucking huge. Coachella. I watched him 2 years ago because he was at Coachella 2 years ago. Like, his music is just good. Like, he just makes really bops.
Just like groove into his set, and then they came out and I just like started screaming, and I like immediately took out my phone, like, because while I was there I was like, well, I don't really want to be on my phone a lot. You can't even post shit, like, so I was like, I was like, I don't want to waste my time doing that. Like, I actually just like want to enjoy the experience, because like this honestly might be my last time going, because I'm old, a bitch is still tired, my lungs hurt.
I'm still gonna buy tickets for next year, and I'm gonna see if I can do a hotel for book now, pay later.
Every time I buy tickets, I end up going, because I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna buy them and sell them, and then I end up going.
I sell them every year, except for my first year. I sell them. I'm like, boom, boom, because it's like, let's see. If the lineup just wasn't strong, but it was like there was still amazing things going on that weekend. So I'm just feeling like, because the lineup was what it was, that next year the lineup
wasn't like wow or whatever, but it was still good. Like, Childish really Gambino, he was fucking lit. Oh, he was pretty good too. Division, bomb.
Oh, I don't know of Division.
Oh, you need, they like make sex music.
Oh, I'm gonna need you to share that.
Oh, they are beautiful.
Okay,
beautiful. And like Ty Dolla $ign came out with them.
Okay.
I love me some fucking Ty. This is the second time I've been to Coachella and Kanye West just crashes somebody's set.
Really?
He came, Kid Cudi.
Oh, okay, that's a good set to
I'm
crash.
like, but that makes sense. They have songs together.
Did you go to that devil worshiping
Sunday service?
Not, okay,
you know I ain't going to that shit. What?
And he was really selling church clothes. That shit looked demonic. Like, when I saw the name, it looked horrible.
People were like, yeah, it looks like a cult. And I was like, I thoroughly agree.
People in the, like, it was just like, it was just weird. I will go to a Kanye concert and buy the merch. I will not go and buy church clothes. First of all, that shit is not cute. So I'm like, what the fuck? And they said the sweaters were like $240.
Not surprised. His Yeezys were out the fucking window with their fucking prices.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, and then Childish Gambino like released a shoe during Coachella too.
And he released a movie.
Yeah, and some shoes.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, huh? I heard it beforehand, and then I forgot about it. Then I heard it after Coachella.
Did you watch the movie?
No, I'm put it on my list of shit.
I watched part of it. You could watch it. I need to watch it again.
It's short,
we watched it. I think it's like 30 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
It was cute though. It was cute. But we could talk about it when you watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Coachella, it was really lit. Like, I had fun. YG. Hilarious. The fact that YG performed at fucking Coachella, I can't.
He brought out Trump, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And then who else did I like a lot? I don't know. Tame Impala was good. Freaking like everybody.
Did you watch Ariana?
Was good.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It was Sunday. I was like, a bitch tired.
Yeah,
we good.
And it's like, it's Ariana.
I don't know anything.
She has a great voice, but I don't like none of her songs.
Like, I heard her in the background. I think we went to see somebody else like while she was performing, but I don't remember, because you know how like shit be overlapping.
Yes, yeah.
But I was at work today and they were talking about Coachella being like all fucking sexist and shit, basically saying like, yeah, it's basically a contest to see who could be the nakedest and shit. I'm just like,
I mean, for some of these weird bitches, it is.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, some of it is, but I was like, I feel like that's what they choose to show, like, about Coachella, because like not everybody, you know, is like that.
Yeah,
it's just like they choose the like festival looks, like, and that's what they have out there as festival looks. Like, we seen bitches in thongs and shit.
Yeah,
and then that one girl that had on the cow skirt. But
bitch, I'm a cow.
They brought this up, and I didn't see it until I sent it to you later about the herpes outbreaks. And that made me think about that one person that you know that has sex with that person, and she's like, yeah, he's like ugly and like nasty, but I still
oh my God, she crossed my mind too.
Yeah,
that's so funny. Yeah, that's just disgusting. And it's like, what it was like, here someone was like, y'all need to stop sharing drinks and blunts and shit, and I'm like, yeah, like, sharing blunts really does scare me now. Or I'm like, if I smoke that again, I need to like use my fingers and like have it.
That's why I'm like, with my vape too, I'm like, I don't need everybody.
Yeah, and that same girl you're talking about, I remember a long time ago we went to the beach and we had like joints or blunts or something, and she went to one of those like hippie ass circles that were playing drums and shit. Why did she let our blunt get passed around to the homeless people that were in the joint? I said, wow. I told her, I said, there's a homeless person smoking your blunt right now. Like, she was just so out in the fucking like, I'm like, I said that shit's gone. I ain't smoking that shit no more. The fuck? This nigga ain't brushed his teeth.
Why the fuck would she do that?
Bitch was a Looney Tune.
What the fuck is wrong with
Like,
you?
what the fuck, man? Yeah, it's like we need to only share smoking stuff with people we know.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to just carry fucking sanitizer in my fucking pocket. Like, what the fuck?
That's why most of the time, like I really be having my vape for that reason. Like, because it's just like,
it's a personal.
when you see this, you know it's personal. Like, you know I'm not gonna give this to fucking everyone.
Yeah, disgusting, gross, horrible. Okay,
so yeah, but it was like 1,000 cases of herpes.
That's pretty gross. I wonder how it happened though. You know, I wonder if it was like, because people are having sex.
Yeah,
but I wonder like what other things are happening to have that type of outbreak. I'm sure some people already had herpes and just didn't know it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, someone did comment. They were like, when herpes lays dormant in a lot of people, but when you're in the heat, sweat, dirtiness, low, you're tired,
low immune system,
exactly,
no.
You'll have an outbreak. So it's like some people are probably already had it, but it's like, yes, some people probably caught it. Mind you, Coachella, everybody smokes.
Yeah.
And so it's like, imagine all the joints shared with strength. Because
Nope.
I remember 2 Coachellas ago.
Don't do that.
Sure did share a joint with someone. Like, it was like everybody was smoking. I had my own shit. And so people were like, oh, it's like... And obviously, like, I didn't catch it, but it's like, I will never do that again.
Yeah.
You try to be, like, friendly and, like, communal. No, I'm not sharing my friend. I don't know what you got. I don't know whose dick you sucked or pussy you ate. So we're not doing that.
And I did have my hand sanitizer on deck. I was like, I need my hand sanitizer and my baby wipes because they be running out of tissue and they don't really be having places for you to wash your hands.
I'm surprised you're not sick. That mask worked real well.
I used the mask and then I brought ginger shots with me. I was like, I'm not playing this.
Yeah, did
like,
Rashad get sick? Okay, good. Because I was sick. I mean, like
my chest hurts.
How? Like, why?
The dust. There was dust storms.
So you still have the dust, but you didn't actually catch like the cold or whatever it was that people had. Because I remember I caught a cold. But it was my first Coachella, so it was like, I'm like, you need to go to Rolling Loud because it's not dusty. It's not dusty at all. It's usually on. Actually, I went in Miami and California, and it was both on grass.
Where's the California one at?
That was in it was in LA by the.
Was that USC?
I think we were close to USC. I think we
might
were.
be USC because I know they do some like festivals there because they do a flog gnaw at USC.
It's the same place where fucking Fields LA. It's the same place we're going to Brunch to Bomb.
I don't know.
Brunch to Bomb, like the Brunch to Bomb, that's where all the food was for the event, and there was still food outside too, but the food area, and there were TVs playing like the whole concert, so even if you're eating you can watch the entire concert. And then that whole fairground was where
I don't think I've ever been there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool,
but I'm about to be.
But the only other thing, a judge has ruled that Flint residents can sue the federal government over the water crisis.
I forgot about that.
Yes,
and we were just talking about that. I guess they finally noticed, like, people are really fed up.
They're about to make some fucking money. When I saw the pictures of the lead in the water, I was like, nah, nigga, your water look like this? And you guys had to pay. Oh, that's why. The lawsuit claims that the Environmental Protection Agency was too slow to intervene in the crisis. And this was from CNN. Judge Linda V. Parko, hey girl, ruled the federal government was not immune from legal action in the case. And then she says the impact on the health.
She said not immune, nigga.
Yep. The impact on the health of the nearly 100,000 residents of the city of Flint remains untold. It is anticipated, however, that the injury caused by the lead-contaminated public water supply system will affect the residents for years and likely generations to come. And like, duh. Yeah. That's why many years ago we removed lead from water and put all these restrictions, because that shit was shown to really, like, babies are going to come out abnormal.
Exactly.
In generations because it's in their parents' body.
Damn.
You know, so that's like.
That sucks because it's like now, like, do I have kids? Like.
I know,
if you don't have kids already, it's like, do I have kids now?
I mean, but I'm like, you know how lawyers are thirsty and they be hitting people up? I'm like, the lawyers must be going door to door like, hey, you got representation. You ain't got to charge me nothing. If you win, I'm going to take a portion.
Exactly. Like, I'll be pro bono because they know, like, they probably know that they're going to win.
Yeah. Like, they have to. And then if you have a really good lawyer, they might add that, like, oh, well, we need extra costs because I'm going to get like eggs and tested to see if my eggs are mutated, you know? Because I'm like, I always say, like, if I turn like 32 and I don't have kids, that's when I'll just get my eggs just so I don't have to rush to have kids. You know, I'll just get them frozen. And so it's like they could do the same thing and get them tested on and be like, well, I just want to make sure.
And that shit's expensive.
Expensive as shit.
I think it's like $10,000 for like 5 eggs.
I think it is. And it depends on the doctor. Because I remember Candy Burris, I remember she paid like $60,000.
What?
Yeah, but I mean, they went to a rich doctor, you know, like they go to them fancy rich doctors.
Then he must have like a price point guarantee or some shit.
Yeah. Oh, also, Facebook has confirmed that it leaked millions of Instagram passwords. They're telling everyone change your password.
Oh, I need to change mine. I don't even know it.
Yeah, and they said 30% of Americans have passwords of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, they said it's like 30% of America has that password.
Do they know how quickly like a computer can figure that out?
Yep. And that's the first one everyone's going to go for is the easy shit. And then they're probably just going to do like, you know, I mean, I'm sure the way internet is, you can go on Google and be like the most common passwords and have them search all that shit first.
Yeah.
So it's like, you guys leaked all the passwords.
Crazy.
I'm like, can we sue? If our identity gets stolen, we definitely can sue.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, and then the last thing, we talked about this, that nosy ass bitch.
Yes.
Fucking,
and she got served papers.
We talked about it on this podcast, right? She was nosy over, who was it?
Wendy Williams.
Wendy.
She called the baby mom.
Nicole.
She called the hospital and called the room.
And she was like, oh, this is your cousin. First of all, bitch, that's illegal. Second of all, you're going to get that nurse fired because she didn't even follow the fucking correct HIPAA, whatever the fuck precaution.
But that's that nurse's fault.
That is a HIPAA violation.
Choice. Yeah, she had a choice and she made it.
People just, so it's like Tasha just got served with papers from Cardi B now because she's spreading rumors about Cardi B. So
I know, I saw Cardi going off in her story. She was hella mad. Cardi
just was like, bitch, I got money. And so what I'm going to do is handle this shit out. Because she said, wild allegations that she got in a heated exchange with a server that included an apparent threat of gunfire. Wow. According to TMZ, who broke the story, Cardi's going after Tasha K for claiming the rapper's a drug-using prostitute with herpes. Jesus,
whoa,
you're doing a lot, girl.
That's defamation of character.
And even like Tasha K, like basically the police, they came to serve her, and obviously he had a body cam. And so he like looked at her mailbox to make sure it was her house.
Yeah, and I heard her like talking about, what are you doing? I could have blasted you away.
And it was like, you really want to say that when you're getting served papers, that I could have blasted your head off? And then he turned around like, what I did wasn't illegal, man. Just so you know. And it's probably like a federal, maybe, I think it's probably like a loud procedure when serving if you are a federal employee. Yeah, like it's just, girl, you can't say shit like that without blowing your fucking head off. Like, girl, I'm gonna need you not to do that.
Like, if you're gonna spread rumors, like at least there be some truth in the rumors. Not talking about like, unless there is truth, I don't know, there could be, but girl, damn.
I mean, Cardi B never liked weed, but we don't know if she did other drugs. So, you know, she definitely drugged people. She probably doesn't have herpes because Offset probably wouldn't be smashing, or she's rich enough to keep her herpes dormant, just like Magic is rich enough to keep his HIV dormant or non-detectable.
Non-detectable.
Yeah. Non-detectable.
I mean, nah, bitch, it's probably still detectable. I don't know.
No, it's called non-detectable. It's when you're like white. It's like some blood cell count. I don't want to get it wrong. It's either it has to be white blood cell, because white blood cells elevate when it's attacking something. So it's your white blood cell count is under like 1,000 or something. It's supposed to be like super high if you're like HIV, like it's active in your body. When it's that low, it means that your body is like, it's to the point where if you have sex with someone, they won't catch it. Yeah. And you know, he's been with his wife I know it's like that. Have you noticed, no, you haven't, because you don't have cable. You have you have streaming services. There's a lot more HIV commercials. Like, you know how they have like PrEP, and now they have like all these. Now there's commercials like, oh, this pill will make you non-detectable, and oh, this pill.
Why are you just like?
Oh my god! Scared the shit out of me.
Don't be sneaking around like that.
Scared the shit out of me. I don't need
No,
movies.
because like sometimes I'll be seeing his reflection in the mirror and I'll get scared.
He scared the shit out of me. I know, it's okay. I watch too much My Favorite Murder. I can't be seeing movements like that. You're good. Whew.
Okay, we got
It's hot. Yeah, we're about to go to commercial. Okay, guys, just got the shit scared out of me, but we are back. Sorry for the technical issues. We're gonna figure that shit out one day. But we're young, new, and vibrant, and we're great. So we have a Black Business of the Week, which I like freaking love. So this is called Melanin, Moemelanin. They're already popping. Like, we're late because these niggas they already got 121,000. Yeah, they already got 121,000 followers. They are the #1 Black-owned school supply company. You can support them at momelanin.com, MOEMELANIN.com. They're veteran-owned. They have a fan page called @MoMelaninMovement, and their website is momelanin.com. So let me tell you a little bit about them because they're super cool. They have a whole bunch of products like notebooks and backpacks that are all about being Black and melanated. And what I really like about it is that you can customize what you want. So if you want a Black power person on there, you can have them on there. If you want a Black nurse, Black male nurse, Black doctor, Black police officer, a Black, literally President. Anything. Right. You really probably could, like with the flag and everything, Black. I would just get Obama. Like, it's just, proof.
Do this right.
Evidence of truth and things that have happened. Like, you can really have anything on there. They ship worldwide. Their product is just amazing and gorgeous. So you guys go follow Melanin on Instagram, MOE Melanin on Instagram, momelanin.com, their fan page, Melanin Movement. And this is great for school kids. I was just telling Ashley when I first saw it, if I had kids right now and I'd be like, oh, you need a book for reading, mathematics, and science? Let me get you 3. Got you. Boom, boom. And I would get them. I'd be like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And literally get them a notebook or a backpack for each one. Let's remind our girls. And they're all chocolate. They did have light-skinned girls on there, too. So it's like really showing the whole plethora of Black people,
the spectrum.
So get on the Melanin movement. Peace. So we're back, and I wanted to read a comment from someone who commented on our last episode, Make America Great Again. We were talking about taxes. So Angelica Melendez said, "Hola, chicas. Love the show so much. Usually listen on Spotify, but I have comments for the episode. Since y'all touch on one of my areas of expertise, 7 years in tech plus finance, income taxes, dun, dun, dun. You might have been looking at an outdated article about the waiver," which we were, because I was like, this is for... Because I said it on the episode. I was like, oh, this is for 2018. On March 22nd, which is last month, IRS expanded the waiver to 80% of taxes paid, not 85% or 90% like prior years. They have a withholding allowance calculator, but I'm biased to the TurboTax version for reasons. I'll link both. I love the idea for the resources site of candidates in education. Oh yeah, I definitely need to do that. Please continue to put in work like y'all have been. You've been killing it. Happy podcasting, ladies. And then she sent me a link. And she uses TurboTax. I use H&R Block, but I'm like, I might switch over to TurboTax. Yeah. She's clearly knows what the fuck she's saying.
Like, before I was going to go to the tax guy that I went to, I had started on TurboTax. And I was like, oh, let me just go to the tax guy my family goes to. Yeah. But now I go to somebody else.
Yeah, because, I don't, it depends on, I think once I start making more, I don't know. I have a friend who makes a lot of money and still does it online. So I don't know what the difference is. Me like, either. I guess in person, they can just find shit for you. But I mean, when I'm like balling, I definitely want someone to prepare it for me. And I'm going to look for reviews because I'm now afraid of having a tax person who fucks your shit up because of hearing all the rich celebrities who owe like a crazy amount because their tax person fucked up. And I'm like, you have one job, like to make me not owe shit.
Like, why are you not doing it thoroughly?
Or to make me owe a little amount that's like whatever. Like Ja Rule owes like $2 million. Like, fuck.
Dude, is his net worth even that much? Like,
I think he has I think he owns businesses. So I think he probably has money coming in. You know what rapper really making fucking money?
His net worth is $8 million.
Ooh, shit.
That's big chunk.
That's a net, nigga. You have to sell a house. If your net worth is $8 million, that means you only have $2 million cash. Shit, nigga.
Yikes.
Fuck. Hopefully they give you a couple years to work that shit out. That
or he'll be doing some jail time.
I wish that Fire Festival worked out because that really would have made
I really hope they don't do it again.
The thing is, like, I want Fire Fest to happen the right way because it would have been bomb.
Yeah.
Like
a vacation and a concert with everybody that you want to see.
Yeah. But yeah. Go right on ahead.
Yeah. So in lines of like money talk, I guess. Remember how like we were just curious last week, like, do other countries have credit scores?
Mm-hmm.
And so I looked up an article on it. And so I know for a fact, because I just read this shit earlier, the UK, their credit system is somewhat like ours, and so is Canada.
Okay.
But like some outliers that I found that I thought were like super oddballs that I wanted to touch on were like the Netherlands. So in the Netherlands, a person with a steady income who isn't defaulting on any existing debts like missed bill payments is generally likely to be judged creditworthy. So it's like these niggas really don't have, they're just like, oh yeah, we trust you. Like, oh,
they just have a record of not fucking up. And
yeah, they're like so perfect. They're like, oh yeah, we paid our bills.
I mean, the Netherlands is like a perfect fucking place.
It was heaven.
That shit don't surprise me. I was like, other than the possible mild racism that might be looming there.
It's everywhere.
That's the thing. The Netherlands is so perfect that it might have been racist and I couldn't tell.
Still good.
I wasn't sure. Like that's the lowest level of racism where it might be. But I have no fucking clue.
Maybe.
And I'm having an amazing time. I need to fucking go back there. I want to stay for like a week next time.
Yeah.
Actually chill, go see everything, do that dinner on the boat thing that goes around. Yeah.
I definitely want to do one of those. I'm supposed to be going to Germany in 2020 for like one of my co-workers that I train with for her wedding.
Oh shit.
So I'm like, I'm definitely like trying to stop at Amsterdam, but I definitely do want to go to Germany.
Go to Belgium. There's gonna be a lot of Nigerian
right.
people
I gotta see where her wedding's at, like how close it is to everything.
Plan going around.
Plan that.
Yeah, if you go, I'm like, I'll meet you out there.
Yeah. Like, stay doing that. Like, come meet you somewhere.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, I have one friend that probably would come with me to go to Amsterdam, and they've never been there, and I'm like,
you know what? That's really weird. I definitely met your ass in London. Like,
you really did. That? I was just telling my friend. They're like, "Oh, that's dope."
Yeah,
I was like, Ashley met me there.
I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah, that's tight, nigga. That's how it should be.
And then Japan, like, they don't really have one. That's what I like. Those are the two that I thought were really weird because Japan doesn't have an official credit scoring system, according to Matthew Haig. I don't know who he is. A certified financial planner who lived in Japan and now often works with American expats in Japan.
Oh, that's who he is.
Your U.S. credit won't matter unless you bank with an international bank that has an existing relationship with a counterpart in Japan, he told Business Insider. So it's like, if you're trying to skip out on some debts, just like go to Japan.
It's the same thing because I'm seeing that they're saying it's just between the consumer and the bank.
Yeah.
What?
And it's based on the factors like length of employment and salary. And like the reason like I was curious to know like if other countries had credit is like because in America I feel like we focus on credit and we stress on credit so much.
More than cash.
Exactly. There's like, oh, is your credit good? Oh, what are you doing to build your credit? Oh, you could do this to build your credit. Are you checking your credit score? Like there are so many fucking commercials about credit scores. So it's just like, why is it so important here?
Yeah.
But in other places it's not really at the forefront of everything.
Yeah.
Because in Spain, they it's just like the Netherlands. Having good credit is more about staying off bad credit blacklists, according to Spanish law firm Velasco Lawyers. Okay. And so once on a blacklist, consumers remain there until the debt is paid off or 6 years passes.
Okay.
Like you could pay it off and it immediately comes off. And this, I made like, since we made the mistake of reading an old article last week, I looked up the date that this was published and it was August 2018. Okay. So I'm like, okay, this is somewhat recent. That's so crazy. Like, and it's from the Business Insider. So it's not like it's not an uncredible source.
Right.
China, they had pilot credit score programs in 2015.
I heard about that
pilot.
a lot. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like,
I heard about that. I heard about that. Yeah.
And it's just like,
and they're like, fuck that.
I should have looked this up. Like, I want to know the origins of credit and why we even started credit scores, because I feel like
keep black people down.
Bitch, I was about to say, because I feel like credit scores generally only make people of color or ethnic people suffer. It's not really the other way around.
Yeah. It's just really crazy, the concept that parents were really putting shit in our name as kids.
Yes, and that's like such a known hood thing to do.
It's like low-key super fucked up.
You're fucking us over before we have a chance.
Your kid turns 18 and they're like, what?
Like, I had how many cable bills I didn't pay?
Right?
How many phone bills are $1,000 in?
Yeah, luckily my mom did that, and she has great credit. She's always had good credit. But I just like, I was a kid, so I didn't notice. I just noticed I kept seeing my brother's name on shit that wasn't for him. And like, I was like, okay, like everything was his name. I was like, what the fuck is it? But I'm like, didn't fuck up his credit. Like, got lucky. But then I grew up and realized error parent was doing that. Like, what? Okay. Yeah, it's crazy how they care about credit more than they care about liquid cash, because I remember talking to the apartment person and they were like, yeah, someone can have a credit score of like 550, but if they would have to be making like $13,000. And I was like, huh? A month. Oh. $13,000 a month.
Why would you live there?
And I was like,
and how would you have that credit score and be making that? Like,
but like, you would have to have that much cash to knock out that credit score.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't make sense.
That's intense.
Because no person's going to have that credit score and that amount of money. Like, that just doesn't make sense.
Right.
Like, if you do, what the fuck are you doing?
You would pay your shit off if you're making $13,000 a month. That's why I was like, what? Okay.
You have to be something would have to be mentally wrong with you to be making that much a month and still have that credit score.
You would have to be delinquent of like $1 million for that shit to make sense. Yeah. Like, it just doesn't, because people, what I did see a lot on the internet is it's health bills. Okay. Fucks people up every time.
We were saying, people always need money for that.
People don't be having health insurance.
Bitch, and I'll have it. And like, they try to charge me $170 copay for a routine procedure. But then I went back and looked later. And this is why I fucking hate doctors, because they will put tests on there that you don't fucking need. And they definitely put a test on there I didn't need. And I'm just like, you only do that test if you find something. We haven't found anything, so why are we doing that?
I'll be walking in there like, how much? Okay. Make sure the shit's covered.
Let me know before.
How much? I'm still mad that they don't have the option of no copay, 5 copay undercover in California. Yeah. I got the most expensive ones, fucking still $15 copay.
Yeah, mine's $20.
Yeah, but luckily the prescriptions are 5, but that's only like tier 1. I think tier 2 and tier 3 go up to $30 and like $200. I've only bought tier 1. They just fuck us over, but it's some health bills that be really screwing people over. Probably health and dental, because
like that health bill you showed me.
Yeah, like someone I know, their baby was in the NICU for 14 days. The baby did not survive, and they knew prior to the birth that the baby had a high chance of not making it. You know, they just tried. Yeah. NICU for 14 days, and their bill hit $1 million for 14 days.
That's ridiculous.
I know someone that was in the freaking hospital for fucking like an hour. That shit ran up $50,000. You know, like,
and because it's like medication costs, like, and then the cost of the physician.
But them arbitrary rates too, because you know how like
they just make it up.
They just make it up.
Like they just make it up.
Yeah, luckily insurance covered it for these people, but Jesus. Also, that was our educational topic. But since I didn't have an educational topic, I was like, I have a good challenge.
What?
So you know how around Christmas time all the memes pop up of like, oh, I'm broke because of Christmas. Yeah. Oh, I'm broke. Da, 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 da. I'm like, I challenge you guys to save your Christmas money now. So, So like, I buy Christmas presents for a lot of people. So my number might just be arbitrary for the amount of people. So I get my auntie, my uncle, my 4 cousins, then my other auntie, my uncle, and then my baby cousin, and then my mom, dad, brother, sister, and then my uncle and auntie and other cousin. I knew I was missing someone. So that many people. And I told myself, save $2,000. You know why? Because you're not going to spend it. And then you
have money left.
You just paid yourself. Yeah. So instead of stressing out in the wintertime, especially when it's like, everyone needs money around that time. It's like save the money now. It's like every paycheck, put away $250 to $500 depending on how much you make, and then it's in your savings. So always, that's why I always say this is emergency money. So say you save it for Christmas and then you get hit with a crazy health insurance bill. Here, $2,000, and Christmas is fucking 8 months away. Like, it is so far away. So it's like just a little challenge. Like I did the other challenge, like, oh, let's save $10,000. Like, I'm still trying that. I actually just raised my limit where I'm just like, just looking at it like, that's a lot of money to save. Fuck. But if I hit this goal, I will literally be debt free apart from student loans. And so it's like, it's a valuable goal. So set goals that are kind of crazy, because then you can pay yourself later. Boop.
And then it's like, I feel like you don't realize you're even accomplishing them too. Like, you're like, oh my God, it's so hard. But like, with money, you could set a goal. You could set up automatic like payments for this goal. So that it's like the money's coming out from under your nose. And like, that's why I always stress like too, to have like a bank account that's like hard to access. Because then once the money goes there, you know you're going to have to wait a long time to get it back. So you're just like, man, let me just make what I have stretch, like, until like I could like get paid again. And like most of the time, like Nina and I always say we're broke because we're saving.
Man, that like I really was like, oh bitch, you have money in your check-ins this week? Okay. I went grocery shopping. Nope. That shit gone. And then one bill went through with grocery shopping, gone. I was like, oh.
I'd be thinking I'm chilling, and then I forget that I put my health care bill on auto pay, and then that shit comes out, and I'm just like
I know. And I remember how I said I paid 2 months, and I was just like,
don't you hate when they fuck up and they don't bill you, and so you end up owing extra shit?
Oh yeah.
And then you're just like, oh, I don't have money.
I wasn't aware of this. Or a bill pops up that I was like, I didn't know I had to pay for this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You ready for Look at God?
Good time for a Look at God. Prior to my Look at God, I wanted to say, in the Beyonce Homecoming documentary, you watched it already? When she said, I'm hungry, that resonated with me so deeply. She said, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And I think it was like Kid Fury and Crystal. They made a good point. Or no. It was Hey Fran Hey, Dustin Ross, and Asante on The Friend Zone. They were like, her documentary doesn't make you want to be Beyonce. It makes you want to be a better yourself.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, because she's saying, I'm fucking tired. And you literally get to watch her work. And I loved watching her being all fat. Like, she wasn't fat, but you know, like her titties. And I was just like, oh, she looks like a mom. She was so cute. Like, I was literally looking at the TV like, oh, look,
she was just really like a real person.
A real person. And she looked so good postpartum. Oh my God, just so thick. Like, you know how when Rihanna's losing a little bit of weight, but when she gained weight, I was like, she looked so healthy and just like, you know, like that. That's exactly how I felt when I saw Beyonce. I was just like, oh, you look so good. Her titties. I was just like, why isn't her sports bra tighter? Like, or she needs to put on two, like them big titty girls that put on two, because her titties was living their best life. I don't know how she was dancing, because my titties will hurt.
Her back hurt, and you know your back be hurting from holding babies.
Yeah, my titties literally will hurt if they bounce. I don't like that feeling, so I don't know how she was doing all that choreography with them shits moving, because they were full of milk.
She used to it. She immune now.
Right, she's that's like, true. She been having her titties jumping
she
around.
Been in
dancing.
Pain.
Yeah, and then like she basically did like a crazy diet, and she did say, I ain't never doing this shit again.
Yeah,
but goddamn, the way she lost the weight over the 90 days or 100 days that she did, I said, holy shit.
It was like,
yeah, like she had spandex on, but it doesn't take away from like, bitch, you brought it down. Like, you did, okay?
Well, that's just not good for you.
She probably had like a 2,000 calorie deficit a day, because I remember her dancing. She was like, oh, this rehearsal is probably 1,500 calories, and it's like,
that means you're dancing for a long time.
And she's athletic, so her body probably just on base level is like probably at 2,000. I mean, like she's probably at like 2,000 base level, and then to work off 15. So now you're at 500, and now you're only eating like 500 to 1,000. It's like
you're tired.
Your body's on a deficit, and it's just like, girl,
it's hard to work when you're not eating like that.
Yeah, I get really lightheaded. But that was just like
weak.
Her saying I'm hungry just resonated so deeply with me, because our bodies can go through a lot when we're hungry, and she showed it, because she was hungry the whole fucking time. And imagine having kids where they have snacks and cookies and shit, and your breast. Oh my God, that takes energy too.
Yeah,
you're doing all that, and you burn calories when you breastfeed too.
Yeah,
and so it's like, that's willpower. So if she can do it, and she's fucking 36, 35, she's like 36 or something. I might be overshooting, but she's like that. And like, it was just inspirational, because I'm not a Beyonce, like, I'm not a stan. So it's just like, I just like she can fucking sing. No one can take that away from her.
Perform.
She's a triple threat. So it's like, I'm, but she was inspirational. I'm just not gonna go crazy. Like, Kid Fury and Crystal was like, oh yeah, I've already watched it 3-4 times. I'm like, ooh.
I only watched it twice because my friend Stephanie was there, and she's a fucking Beyonce stan.
Yeah. There's the stands around there. But okay, apart from that, my look at God is, I was telling Ashley earlier that I finally went to visit one of it's like the second apartment I visited, like, just because I'm like, oh, I want to see what I like, and I want to see the price fluctuations and try to get it on a low, because I know it's based off of like demand and market and shit like that. And so like I did that, and I was like, every day I look at my financial budget, how much I need to save. It's just an everyday thing, because I always try to find a way to throw some money in there. Like, is there any loophole? Is there anything that I can find a way to throw some money in there? And so, I'm just calculating, like, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. Boop, boop, boop. And then like, and even though I work as a waitress, I work as a temp analyst. And then it's like, it's going to overlap with another job I got as a substitute teacher. And then I was sitting in the other department today, just because they had to take one of our cubicles, and I was just like annoyed at first, but then when I went,
that always happen.
They don't give entry level people. I'm entry level finance. I just graduated. They don't give a fuck about entry level people. And so I went over there, but then I was like, oh damn, it's a nice cubicle, double computer. So I was like, okay, this is cool. And I'm alone, and that's like, being alone is the best, because I was in the office with this dude yesterday, and he would not stop fucking talking. It was so annoying. And this lady walks up to me, like, she was just helpful, like, oh, this is the printer you use, and the bathroom keys there, da, da, da. And the women's bathroom has keys and the men's don't. And I was like, that's nice of you guys, give us keys. And then she comes up later, she's like, oh, what's your name again? And I was like, I kind of was like in the zone, so I kind of was like, why is she talking to me? And I just told her my name, and she was like, oh, like, what exactly are you guys doing in the project? And I like gave her a quick rundown, like very colloquial way of stating the project, like, oh, we do this. And then she was like, this is a temp job, right? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, are you looking to like reapply in the company? I was like, yeah, I'm going to look, like, see what they have for me. Like, my manager, because our manager sat us down and showed us like which ones we qualify for. And she was like, oh, yeah, because we're actually looking for someone for this department, the one I was sitting in. And she was like, are you, and she told me about it, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was like, oh, is it temp too? She was like, no, it's full time. And then I was like, what's the pay rate? And I'm not going to say it, but when she said it, I was like, and then she like gave me her business card. She's the vice president of the fucking department. I had no idea. Shit.
Good thing you were nice.
Oh my God.
Like, what if you got irritated? Like, because you're definitely working, and then she comes up and you're just like,
yeah, because I have headphones on when I like, just because we're doing redundant shit. And so like I had moved it, but then like while we're mid talking, I like just took my shit off, because I was like, okay, we're talking now, like whatever. And like, and then she gave me her card like at the end. So I didn't know she was vice president until she walked away.
Damn.
And then I read it, and I was like, holy shit, I'm talking to the fucking vice president. Like, what? And she was like, I was like, and before I even saw her card, I was like, oh, I'll bring my resume tomorrow. Like, she was like, yeah, like, I was like, so it's like a look at God, not saying I got the job, but it's saying like, it like frightened me how in the moment of me coming back and writing down, okay, what do I need to do? Like literally in the middle of figuring out what I need to do, she walks up like, are you looking for a job? And I'm like, huh? God, is that you? Making like more of kind of just making me aware that there's opportunities. It's kind of weird because I already have 2 jobs for the next like 5 months, but her job offer is higher paying. So they don't tell you when they about to let you go. So I mean, if I gotta move shit around, I'm gonna move shit around. So it's like more like, hey, everybody pray for me, because she's gonna get my resume tomorrow. And I need her to be like, oh, because I told her like, oh, I have my master's in finance. She was like, oh, you're too smart for this position. And I was like, I ain't too smart for that price.
No.
That pay. I ain't too smart for that pay.
Let me just start.
Okay.
We can negotiate after that.
Yeah, right. I was like, this ends in a month. So keep me posted. So, I mean, that was just cool, just because I feel like, it's almost like a sign. like, instead of it being like, oh, I got this happened and I'm solidified in this position, it's more like a sign, the way it lined up really fast. Because I had, on driving back from looking at the apartment, my friend called me and I was telling him about him, talking and plotting, figuring out everything, and then walked in and then text them right after, like, my nigga, let me tell you what the fuck just happened. And they're like, what Drew Dash, Coffee and Duchess, my homie, he was like, what did he say? He was like, cause you're patient in something. Let me see what he said. And I was like, yes, God. He said something like patient and peaceful. Oh, patient and pure. And I said high key on the patient, because I was like, I don't know about pure. But relatively, I probably am pure. Yeah. Relatively. But yeah, that's my look at God. Yay.
Cool. My look at God is I'm about to graduate school, and then I've started looking at like coding bootcamp programs, just because like I feel like my school didn't really focus on that a lot. So like I've also been talking to a lot of Rashad's friends, because a lot of them happen to be in the tech industry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so when we were in Coachella, well, in Palm Springs for Coachella, I was talking to Calvin, and like I think Calvin works for fucking Salesforce.
Okay.
And so I was talking to him, and he was like, yeah, like, when are you finishing? And I was just like telling him about like my education, and he's like, oh my God, he's like, yeah, like you're like the candidate we've been looking for, because like you're diverse. Like that's like literally like the first thing he said. He's like, you have experience in this field and that one, and it's like we were literally just talking about that. But he was like, yeah, like when you're ready, just let me know, I can help you with a job. I said, word. And then
so look at that, similar look at God's.
Yeah, and like that honestly took a lot of pain out of my chest,
right?
The bitch is stressed out, because I'm super stressed about like getting a new job after this one, especially because it's going to be in a whole new field. And it's just like I want to make sure I'm prepared as I can be. Oh shit. I want to make sure I make the right choice when I get a new job, because like I feel like this job I kind of was rushed into it because I was poor.
It was a long time ago.
And it was like they offered me that job quick, and like they were offering me more than double of what I was making,
because they knew what the fuck they were about to do to you. Fucking disrespectful. Okay.
So like I just want to make sure I'm prepared, I'm making the right decision, and then like I just want to make sure I take my time with it. So it's like I know I'm usually like in a rush for stuff, so like I need to become more patient, because I'm not. Yeah. I'm impatient as fuck.
Patience is key.
I am so fucking
literally
impatient.
Trusting God will fucking handle everything.
Right, and that's what I've been trying to do. Like, bitch, calm down. Yeah. Like, why are you thinking so much? But so I also started looking up coding bootcamp programs. So it's like I kind of want to do one of those just so that I could get better at coding, because it's like I have experience, but it's like I can't do anything revolutionary yet. Like, let's be real. So I like my alma mater, yeah, that's how you say it. For my undergrad, they just started a coding bootcamp, and it's like the same one that they have like at select UCs, like, and it's offered through the extension center. And so I like called up the lady called me after I like requested more info. You know how they be on it. Yep. They're so annoying. Yep. So they had me fill out an application and then do like an assessment test. And like the assessment test on God was a joke. Like I was doing it and I was just like, why is this
They just
so
be trying to make sure you ain't stupid. That's it.
Yeah. And she was like, yeah, it's open source. You can use Google. Hell yeah, I'm going to use Google. Even if you said I couldn't use Google, I was going to use it. Google. The fuck you mean? And so she told me, like, yeah, like, after I took it, she was like, I want to call you after you take it to discuss your scores. Just email me and tell me you took it. So I email her or whatever. And so she's like, yeah, so we just started this new thing that if you get a 95% or higher on the entrance exam, you get automatic admission. She's like, you got one question wrong. So you got 95%. I was like, yes, of course. I'm like, because that shit was easy. Yeah. So, like, of course I got in, but now it's, like, the cost of it. I get a $500 discount because I'm alumni, but I need to look, like, I'm doing research now to figure out, like, which would be the best one to do, especially for the price, like, the career services they offer, and then just, like, the tuition reimbursement. Like, do you get your money back if you don't really feel like you get the skills, or like you don't feel like you have the skills to land a job. So I'm doing research. Like, yeah, look at God that I got into one, but I'm not necessarily going to go there.
Right.
Like, I need to make sure that that's the best decision for me.
Similar to what I'm doing too. And the cost is, because I took out so much student loans, I want to come out of pocket.
Yeah.
That's part of my crazy budget that I have, because I'm like, how can I come out of pocket so I'm not racking up any more student loans? It's just, hunting.
And I thought about it. I was like, I could afford to take out another loan. It's just like, I don't want to.
You don't want to? Yeah. That's the thing. It's like,
yeah. And it's like, I have the majority of the money for the program, but I don't want to spend it for that.
Oh, right.
Like, it's not for that. That's money's being saved for something else.
Yes. I think about that all the time. I'm like, bitch, if you just took your savings, you could pay that shit off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, bitch, because you're going to be so mad that you just took your money from something else.
But it's like you have debt. You're debt free. Like, that's always a plus.
Super
like,
conflicted about that. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I struggle with that every day, because like I look at that balance and I'm just like,
when I get to my last like small amount of money that I need to pay off before being debt free, I might just do it and just be like, fuck it, I'm getting paid. But right now, while I'm still working on it and still planning and still like haven't gotten an apartment yet where all those costs will come in, it's like, ooh, let me not take these risks.
Yeah. Don't do it. You need the cash.
Yeah, hell yeah. I want all the
right
fucking
now,
cash. I want all. I have so much liquid cash.
It's like, after I buy a house, everything going on credit. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But
I want to have like
more stuff will be going on credit.
I want to have all my credit cards at 0 when I get my house,
so that you can put your furniture, swipe it up. You think I'm about to be without a washing machine? Suck my dick.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so bad. We're like, I'm going to swipe that shit.
But you see the order which we're saying to do.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It's good to have cash, and not just a good credit score. It's good to have cash too, guys. But yeah, just so you know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Gettin Podcast. There's no G at the end of Gettin. Subscribe, rate, and review. Also on SoundCloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Follow us on there and comment. Clearly, we read it and we put you on the show. Yeah,
you get that shout out.
And then we're also on YouTube.com. You guys can see us. You guys can hear us talking about YouTube. Just search Young and Gettin Podcast with no G at the end of Gettin. Subscribe and comment on there. We're also on Spotify. Subscribe to our playlist. And we're on Pocket Cast, Google Play, Stitcher. We're really on every podcasting platform. Just search Young and Gettin Podcast.
You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at YAGI_podcast. Or you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/YAG. Oh, wow, bitch. YAGIPOD. That one's always hard for me because it's Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. And literally no other reason. You can also find us on our website and like have links to everything and everybody on there, which is www.weareyagip.com. And then if you would like to get us in contact with us directly, you can hit us up on our email, Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com, or you could text us or call us and leave us a voicemail if you're Look at God at 323-486-3811. And we need to call that inmate and tell him he got it.
I know how we could call that nigga. Like,
there's literally like 15 calls now.
Like, you have the wrong number. Oh, that's just really weird. The thing is, you can listen to podcasts in jail because niggas are tweeting in jail and taking Instagram pictures in jail.
I mean, if you listening to us, like we said before, stay up, be good.
Don't do no more crime.
I hope you didn't kill nobody.
Don't do no more crime. Yeah. That's all I got to tell you.
Stay out, bro.
Don't hurt people.
When you get out, stay out. Yeah. If you getting out.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a reality.
Yep. All right, y'all.
Bye.
Peace.